right, so Tyler just bought his first brand new car, right? First brand new car?
All
right, he traded in what? 13 BRZ.
2013 BRZ.
All right, so we're sitting in his 18 WRX right now.
19.
19, same difference. Listen, I'm still caught in the past. But anyways, I just wanted to talk with Tyler a little bit and give you guys, because this car is probably going to be on the channel a little bit. We're going to be probably doing a lot of stuff to this. He's already, I'm sure you got a freaking mod list like this long already.
My Amazon list is pretty full with some small things and then some Subi flow parts.
I went on Subi Speed last night and I didn't know you could make a wish list until like last night. And I freaking made a wish list and I'm pretty sure there's like 19 things on the list already.
Oh yeah.
Even though all the shit that's already on my car, I still have a list of like...
Yeah, I got some small lists on some different websites and a big list, and there's gonna be a lot of parts and mods coming for this car. And I'm excited.
Why'd you sell the BRZ? That's the question everyone wants to know. Why'd you sell the BRZ to get this?
Honestly,
besides the fact that it was automatic and you hated your automatic.
Yeah, it was automatic. I can't stand driving automatics. It just wasn't my thing. So that was a big pet peeve I had, because I like to be in control of my car. The automatic, I didn't have as much control as I would like to have with the clutch and being able to change the gears. I still had the paddles, but I just didn't have the clutch. So that was a big thing about it. And honestly, the BRZ is a fun car, but it's just slow. It has low end power, but it doesn't have that continuous pull in it. Right. I like the two-door. It looked nice. I built it for a show car, and then just me getting out of the car show scene and everything like that. I still go to car shows, but I'm not as in depth with it as I am. So I was like, I might as well just go back to a boosted manual car and just be happy with it.
I'll probably slap a picture of the BRZ in the video, that way they can see what it looked like.
Yeah.
Full freaking battle arrow, splitter, lips, slammed to the ground, no wheel gap, destroying tires. Greasers.
But yeah, it's just not what made me happy anymore. Me owning a car, I want to be happy with what I own, and I just
we started talking like, what, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago?
Yeah, just about 2 years ago.
And when we first met, you were still like crazy about your BRZ, and within like the first 3 months I knew you were like, I want a WRX. And it's been like that consistently for over a year now.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I like the way it looked. It did get a lot of attention, but it's just, if I'm not happy with the car, I don't want to see myself paying for it. A car that I can't jump in every day or every weekend and just enjoy driving, because if I'm not happy, what's the point of having the car that you own?
Right. And I went through that for a while too, like with my car, like, with my car, I was like, I got to a point where there was so much wrong with it, and on my part, it was my fault because I wasn't fixing the things that were wrong. Instead, I was putting money into making it faster or making it look better, and instead of spending the time or money to make it right and make it how it should be, for the longest time I thought I was going to sell my car because of that. But I mean, obviously the BRZ, like you were set on that for a while, like getting rid of that.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I wanted a WRX since I was like 12, 13 when they started coming out on Need for Speed. I was like, these things are awesome, and then
they're fucking good looking cars.
Yeah, and
that's what sucks. Yeah. Like if even all-wheel drive aside, if they would put a turbo in one, I would probably buy one. If they would put the FA DIT in the BRZ, I would buy one.
Yeah, it's like a Ferrari. It looks, it does. The back end looks like a Ferrari, but it's like, when you get up next to it, it's like, oh, it's just a BRZ. I can beat it in my Prius, you know?
Right.
There's nothing much to it. I mean, I know a large amount of the community really do like those cars, and I don't blame them. They do look nice, but it's just...
Well, and for rear-wheel drive, like, my fiance had an RX-8, and I drove that thing, and I love that car. That was a freaking fun car. And when you took me for a ride in your BRZ, I could not believe, like, you could freaking whip that thing sideways and just let go of the wheel, and the car like helps, like it corrects itself.
Yeah, it's just so easy to get sideways and keep that continuous like drift. And
in her RX-8, dude, like you either had traction control on or off, and you turned it off, and like obviously that was the first rear-wheel drive car I've ever driven. You know, so I was like, you know, messing around in parking lots and stuff, and I was like, man, I can whip this thing out. And I spun out so many times before I like started getting it down. And you know, even going around like a corner like what we just did, like in your BRZ, we could just whoa, and it's just boom. It doesn't like jerk back. It's smoothly, like, I don't know. It's cool. It's a nice car, but I think you made a good choice. And I'm not saying that just because I own it.
Yeah, it's just what makes me happy, and that's the number one thing. And like I said, just don't own something that you're not happy with. I mean, work around your budget and don't go broke over something that you can't afford. But I mean, if you can afford it, you might as well just do it. I mean, you just got to do it when you're young and available.
Well, yeah, you wanted to do it a long time ago, but you didn't do it because you didn't want to be freaking broke.
Yeah, I wasn't financially stable yet on that time, and just kept working, saving the money up. And another thing, the reason I sold the BRZ is it honestly did have a lot of problems with it.
Well, yeah, the motor was
blew the
replaced
motor
already.
I shot a rod through the block. Actually was the day. It was the day that marked my year of owning the car. I blew the motor in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was the day that marked a year. Blew the motor, and then I was like, that's what really just made me like want a new car. I just wanted to sell it because I was like, once this motor blew, I was like, it's gonna be continuous problems after that. I know it. And I mean, maybe if I didn't have that mindset, it would have turned out differently. But then I got my car back after a month of it being fixed, and then I'd say about 3 months, the wire harness melted.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And that cost me $2,200 out of pocket when I was actually saving for this car. So that was a big downfall, and that just set me off. It's like I need to just work as much. That
was when you sold all the parts off the car.
Yeah, after that I sold all the parts.
You were like goodbye wing, goodbye freaking
wheels,
yeah, the
splitters, everything. I was like, right when I did that, I was like, I know this car is going to be sold. I'm getting that WRX. I told myself every day when I woke up, I'm going to get the first week of March. And it's funny because this year, March, I was going to get it on a Friday, and March 1st was on that Friday, and I picked it up then. So it was kind of crazy how it just went so correct.
Right. What suspension was the BRZ on when you traded it in? Because didn't you pull your coilovers off of it?
No, I had, at the time, I was gonna buy bags for it, but when I got my wheels, I wanted better fitment, so I bought TLTN, however you pronounce it, the lowering springs.
Oh, okay.
And it was already on the struts and everything, so I just did basically a coilover swap, but on lowering springs, and I mean, I got decent fitment from it, but...
So that's what you traded it on? You didn't bother pulling them out?
I did put the stock struts back in the trunk so they could put it back to that.
But yeah, you're like, I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah, it's too cold for that right now. I know I could turn my propane heater on my garage, but working all night, just nothing I want to deal with.
All right, so what's your plans for this? Like, you already bought my exhaust,
yeah,
my ETS muffler bleeds.
Bought them. Once I hit 1,000 miles, I'm going to put the exhaust on. Then I'm going to get a Cobb access port, obviously with the intake, right. And then probably after that I'm going to look at some wheels. I know I'm going to get a front lip and a splitter, a rear splitter, side skirts. Might find some nice front canards that look nice, put them on. Window tint, going to do 35% all the way around.
I got to get my windows retinted.
Actually, after the exhaust, my bad. After the exhaust, I'm doing the sea lights to get rid of that ugly chrome in the front.
Yes.
And then painting.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I can't. Every time I look back, I was like, beautiful car, but those headlights just go.
Okay, on the silver, they're ugly. On the white, they're ugly, but they don't pop. On like the dark gray, the black, the blue, the red, they're just like boom.
Yeah, they're just there, and it's like, you know, I guess it like pops the color more, but it's just the fact that it's. Everything else in the front is black. The black grille, the black like little mesh kind of looking
right.
On the rear of the front bumper. Everything's black. The fog lights, bezels, and then it's just chrome headlights.
Yep.
It's like, it's horrible. It's like your ugly stepbrother. like seriously, it's there when you don't.
Sorry, Zach. He's just not watching this.
Oh, I wasn't talking about your brother.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
We're gonna assume that.
Okay, we assume it. That's just that stepchild.
Yeah, I definitely think, but you're not planning on doing like big power with this. You're just gonna, you know, intake, exhaust, access port, stage 2 maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a catted downpipe because I don't want it to be obnoxiously loud. And honestly, after that, I'll probably just let it go by then because I'm just gonna daily it. I mean,
what's funny is actually the downpipe on my car. I had the catless downpipe, and my tuner tuned it obviously. Mm-hmm. Well, now he changed his policy. He won't tune a catless downpipe car without an external wastegate.
Really? Because
of like the boost creep issues and overboosting. Mm-hmm. and my car hasn't had a single problem with it. I've ran several logs and the car's not overboosting. There isn't boost creep.
No knock.
I don't know how or why, but I didn't have issues. And what's funny is he changed that like 3 months after he tuned my car.
Unless someone that he tuned after you just complained and was
that's
like,
the problem. Someone probably blew their car up, blamed him. Like he's trying to do things more reliable, I guess.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he's, you know, his name's on it, so I don't blame him. But lots of plans coming for this car.
There's so much you can do. Like I was starting to feel like I was running out of stuff. There's so many parts for these cars. Mm-hmm. As soon as you're like, what else can I do? I'm like,
that's exactly what I told you. I was like,
yeah,
like I ran out of stuff to do. I was like, I'm looking at like 6, 7 things right now you can do, and I started naming off. He's like, then an hour later we go back to Sheets and sit in the parking lot and talk and stuff. He's looking at car parts. What I told him, it's like, there's so many things you can do to a car. I mean, you could have the biggest built car, like wide body, everything, and there's still something else you can do to it.
Right. And like when I was like looking at like all the interior stuff, I didn't even realize. I was like, you can get everything in this interior carbon fiber. I'm like, you know, you don't even have to have anything custom made. Like it's already done because it's such a popular car. You know,
yeah, that's
the parts are there.
I mean, everyone's saying like this is the Honda Civic of 2005.
It kind of is.
I mean, everyone has them, so everyone will like, I'll trade you this part for this part, and or like someone might trade you a duckbill for an STI wing, or vice versa. And it's just, now you have a different look, and now you're going to look at your car different. You might like it a little more, you might go back to it, same thing.
Well,
just keep changing it up.
When I pulled my STI wing off, I looked at the car and I was like, why the hell did I do that? But when Shannon came to Sheets the other night, and I saw she's got a silver STI, and I was like, you know what? I don't like the wing. I'm glad I got rid of it. I looked over at her car and I looked back at mine. I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, and probably in a couple months, I'll be like, I want the STI wing back. But I decided, I was like, I'm gonna. And that's the thing. Like what you said, I was like, you know what? I think if I change up the look, if I change up what I'm doing, I might get back into it more.
Yeah. That's
why I was thinking about plasti dipping the car, and I was like, you know what? Get rid of the STI wing. And now I'm like starting to look at all this carbon fiber stuff, and I'm like,
yeah, you change the look at it, and you're just gonna look at it like you just bought a brand new car.
Right.
Like even the smallest thing.
That is gonna happen. I will be plasti dipping my car like in the spring.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
But it's like, even if you like I said, painting the headlights black, it's just gonna change the all-out look of it. It's a super small thing to do, and it's just.
Now that I've decided on keeping the car, I'm thinking about doing some crazy shit with my headlights.
Actually, you know the sea lights you were talking about the other day?
Yeah.
I found them.
You did find them?
With the Bluetooth app, it's like $320 for both sea lights, which
that's not.
You get what you pay for, I guess.
Is that Diode Dynamics?
No, it's some weird place. I never heard of them.
But no, like when I painted the headlights I just swapped the headlights out, got the chrome ones back, and the issue with my old ones was I had STI lights and I painted everything black, and I couldn't see shit at night. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna trade these lights. So I lost my sea lights and everything. But once I get those, I tore them apart and painted them. But I'm like, now I want sea lights again. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just tear them apart again? I want to at least tint the side marker again, because that orange is kind of obnoxious. Like it looks okay, but
it's different and it pops, but it's just like
Right.
you're gonna get old. It's just gonna get old to you.
Yeah.
Quick. It's gonna be like, why the fuck did I paint my car look like a pumpkin? You know?